everybody! I'm here today to show you and tell you how to attract butterflies to your garden. I'll be going over 5 things that actually work. Now here's the thing about attracting butterflies to your garden. Butterflies are not going to come from very far away just to go to your garden. So what your goal should be is to attract the butterflies that are already in your area to your garden. So depending on where you live, some areas have more butterflies, some areas have fewer butterflies or less butterflies. So with that being said, your goal should be to try and attract a certain percentage of the butterflies in your area to your specific garden. And these 5 things will help you. I've been able to get plenty of butterflies in my garden on a regular basis during the summer months and the spring months, simply because I've followed these 5 little strategies and they work really well for me. They're hopefully going to work for you as well. Number 1, put vibrant colored flowers in your yard. Butterflies like bright colors. They specifically are fans of red, yellow, orange, pink, and purple. So if you can get annuals or perennials of those colors in your yard, that's going to be really, really beneficial because it's going to attract them. Most butterflies are quite colorful themselves, and I don't know the science behind it, but I'm going to guess that's probably why they're attracted to vibrant colors, okay? Because, you know, it probably reminds them of their own nature. I'm just going to guess, but like I said, I don't know the science behind it, okay? Number 2, put a few flat rocks in your garden. So you want to put a few flat rocks. Butterflies like places to rest, and they find it easiest to rest on flat surfaces, but they're not likely to go on a deck or a patio or a porch or anything like that where humans are close to. They're more likely to go on a rock in a garden because they're surrounded by these flowers and bushes and shrubbery and plants that they're used to. So put some flat rocks and try and place them in the garden. Don't go on the edge of the garden. Try and put them in the garden because the butterflies are more likely to come there, because they're not going to stay on the rocks all day. So even if you put your rocks somewhere that you can't see the butterflies on them, right, or you have trouble seeing the butterflies on them, those butterflies are likely to stay around the other areas of your garden as well. So don't necessarily try and put the rocks only where you can see them. You know, put them wherever the butterflies would be more likely to rest on them, okay? Number 3 is try to have a bit of wet sand. Now butterflies, like I said, I don't know the science behind it, but I read that they liked wet sand, and I have a little bit of wet sand in my yard, and it works really well. They always tend to go around there whenever they come by. So try and have a bit of wet sand in your yard. Like I said, I don't know the science behind it or why they like it, but I read about it and it works really well for me. So that's all that I can speak about it, is that the butterflies in my yard tend to flock around the wet sand area, okay? Very simple. You can choose how to do it. You might want to have a little like a small little plate of wet sand. Maybe just put sand in an area of your garden, like on the dirt area, and then, you know, as it rains, it'll become wet sand. And hey, I was here first. This guy was just about to cut me off. I was here first. It's a road. Never mind. Anyways, I'm on a road. He's coming from a side street. There's no light. There's no stop sign. I'm literally just supposed to drive, and he just decided to try and cut in front of me for no reason. Anyways, that's a whole different video. So try and have a bit of wet sand. Number 4 is plant different flowers, okay? Now, different butterflies like different flowers. If you have only 1 or 2 types of flowers, or even 3 or 4 types of flowers in your whole garden, you're only going to attract a certain type of butterfly, and maybe those butterflies aren't in your area. So by having different types of flowers, many different types of flowers, you're going to attract butterflies that are actually potentially in your area, unless you know specifically what butterflies in your area and what flowers those butterflies like. That's a different story. Then plant those. But most of the time, you're just going to be guessing like I did. So plant a whole bunch of different flowers. Lastly, number 5, you want to provide some shelter. And I'm not talking about like a covered patio. Butterflies don't really care so much about like a gazebo or anything like that, or an awning, right? They're more for letting some of your flowers overgrow, okay? You want to let some of your flowers overgrow, because then butterflies will take shelter within those overgrown flowers. You don't need to let your whole garden overgrow, but maybe you want to choose just a little area of your garden and let that area overgrow, and the butterflies will tend to take shelter in that area, very simply. So you know, it's very advisable. Wow, this truck was like, I swear, 2 inches from my mirror. Like, what's going on today? Why are people not knowing how to drive? Anyways, yeah, let some areas overgrow, and then they'll tend to hang out there. It gives them shelter from the rain and from the wind, and just general shelter where they can relax without worrying so much. That's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a, sorry, just to clarify, I should have ended the video, should have concluded it before I went into my outro. Like I said, your goal is not to attract butterflies from anywhere in the world, right? We're not trying to get them to migrate. We're trying to get any butterflies that are already in the area to then come to our garden and hang out there. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.